Hello and welcome back to KXAN Plus. I am your host, Esmeralda Zamora, and if you joined us earlier this morning for our Weekend Watch show, we did talk a lot about ACL, which is happening starting tomorrow, but today we have some ACL traffic updates with lots of closures and issues on the road. We are going to be giving you some tips, and Erica Brennes, our traffic anchor, is here to share all her ACL tips. Erica, thanks for joining me. How are you doing?
I'm great. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I love ACL. I'm not going this year, but I have been many, many times. I'm pretty sure my first ACL was like in 2009.
Wow.
I've taken my daughter many times. I've gone, before I was a mom as well, many times. So I've kind of seen and done it all. So I'm excited to share all of my insider tips on how to get there.
Yeah, ACL seems to be a local tradition here in Austin, and even people from all over fly in to attend this event. So that means either Ubering, driving your own car, trying to find some parking spots along the area because almost everything is pretty much closed around it, right?
It really is. I mean, the best advice I can give is if you don't want to get stuck in the traffic, avoid those intersections, Lamar and Barton Springs, and honestly, even Bee Cave Road and Mopac. So right by the park, Mopac can get a little busy with people trying to exit and that sort of thing. There's even closures, traffic that's if you're trying to go from Westlake towards Mopac. So that's technically eastbound, but sometimes when I say eastbound, westbound, people get confused. But starting on Friday morning, you will no longer be able to go eastbound onto the surface road of northbound Mopac. So you'll be forced to take a right, take that U-turn, and then get onto Mopac. So there's a pretty large footprint of road closures and areas that get impacted by ACL.
So let's start with pretty much the basics.
Yeah.
ACL is happening at Zilker Park, right? So the road closures start tomorrow or today?
No, they start today. So today means Thursday. So today is Thursday, October 2nd.
If you're watching us live.
If you're watching us live or if you're watching later, that will be helpful. So this is how things look right this second at Mopac and Barton Springs.
Pretty open.
On Thursday at 11 a.m. 24 hours from right now, it'll look different for sure. ACL starts, I think,
tomorrow.
Tomorrow is it 11 a.m.?
I think it's noon.
Noon, something like that. I know it's afternoon. So at 7 p.m. Thursday, Barton Springs Road will officially close down. And that's from Sturzing, which is the street that's by Chewy's, to Mopac, basically.
That whole stretch?
That whole stretch. Wow. 7 p.m. Thursday, October 2nd, until Monday at 6 a.m., October 6th.
We just had an interview with a guest for Weekend Watch, and you mentioned to our guests that you hope that they're staying on the north side of the lake. Why is that?
So just anytime you have to cross Lady Bird Lake on Mopac, on Lamar, on First, on Congress, sometimes it can be tricky. So it's almost like this divide between the city. It's like, ooh, do I have to go north of the river? Or ooh, do I have to go south of the river? Then it kind of changes things.
So for ACL, it's better if you're staying north of the river, traffic-wise?
So it's interesting. So one of the things I'm going to break down is that you have different entrances. You have different, whether you're on your bike, you're walking, you're scooting, you're getting dropped off by rideshare. There are several different entrances. So, I mean, if you want to, we can go for it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, so I'm going to start first since, Austin, Texas, and Texas, we love our cars. So I'm going to start with the basic that actually a lot of people don't really talk about, and that is if you need to drive yourself or a group of people, where can you park? I did try to break down how much it's going to cost. Don't quote me on it as far as the nitty-gritty of each different day, because Friday versus Saturday versus Sunday versus location of parking garages, it all can be different. So I'm going to kind of give you an average of what I could find. So for instance, what you're looking at right now on the map is Mopac by Bee Cave. And so I'm going to give some landmarks because I think a lot of people find that helpful. So where Salt Traders is at
Yes.
Bee Cave and Mopac. Okay, so there is a parking garage back there. And I think there's also, it used to be the IHOP and now it's Daymaker, I'm pretty sure. And I think it's a sister restaurant with Salt Traders, which is also a sister restaurant with Jack Allen. So some fun facts there. So there's 2 parking garage options there along that northbound service road of Mopac. And it's under Laz Parking, which is probably a familiar company name. Laz Parking, it looks like it's about $50 a day. That's if the garages are not sold out. That's the other thing. You know, we're talking about this 11 a.m. on Thursday. It probably could change over the day. So just bear with us, but I'm going to give you some of the options.
And that parking, can you reserve it online or is it something that you have to do there in person?
Yeah, I think you can book it in advance online. In fact, I think you have to.
Okay.
Because then you can know if it's sold out or not. So for instance, the parking lot at Spyglass in Mopac versus was sold out, I think, for like Friday. It's all so different because you've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, anyways. And then like the one closer to Salt Traders was not sold out.
Yeah.
So go figure. Okay, so that's one option on the west side of Zilker Park. So let's talk about parking garages on the east side of Zilker Park. So we're going to go, this is that intersection of like South 1st Street and Barton Springs, which is near, the Long Center. You've got the Whataburger right there. You've got Sandy's Burgers, Palmer Event Center. So Palmer Event Center is one of the parking garage options. One Texas Center, as well as a parking garage called River South. I could not find the pricing of those, so I'm just not even going to mention it.
I'm sure they're online. If you search the name,
well,
you
and
can
then the
find
online parking only showed the price for like normal. I don't know if they raise it during. So I was like, it seemed affordable for ACL parking, but I don't know if they maybe jack it up during ACL Festival. I have no idea.
Possibly.
I have a friend who parks at the Palmer Event Center, and then she just hops on a pedicab as far as she's like, Mama works hard so that Mama doesn't have to sweat. So I thought that was cute. I was like, okay, I'll share that. So, and those pedicabs, oh my God, they can be very expensive.
Yep.
It is
per person.
wild,
Yeah.
like $30 or more. I'm like, what? So, but they can really come in handy sometimes. So they've saved me a time or two. Okay, so those are the options, again, if you're going to park at a garage on the east side. Here's another interesting thing that I found. And I actually got an email from Zach Theater a couple days ago that said, do you still need parking for ACL? So Zach Theater is that blue dot that you see closest to Lamar and Toomey.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's right there at that corner of like Riverside, Lamar, Toomey, that corner right there. So they sent out an email and it was like, I guess they're probably getting a portion of the proceeds here. But it was through something called Parkster, Parkster. And they have parking over there for Zach Theater, like sort of a substantial amount, but it was $90 a day.
Wow.
So, if you want to splurge,
You want to get closer?
Yeah. Why not? Throw some money at the problem, right? And then obviously let's talk scooters and bikes. So those other 3 dots that you see, those are drop-off sites for scooters and bikes.
Because you can't take them past certain
Past
areas.
AZ Morton is
Yeah.
basically the cutoff. So you have Cap Metro Bike Share. You do have to download an app for that, and I think it's just called Cap Metro Bike Share. They have bike share options. They have stations all across the city. So you could take the Cap Metro Bike Share, and then they have drop spots at Toomey Road, which it's behind Barton Place condominiums, and there's baseball fields over there. So that's an option for scooter and bike pickup drop off. You also have the intersection of Sturzing and Barton Springs, which is by Chewy's.
Yeah.
That's also a scooter and
Grab
bike
a bite
drop off.
before you head to ACL.
Honestly, I have to tell you, I've done this before. Is the reason I say, if you want to just go people watch, great option. And I'm blanking on the name because it's at Ski Shores.
Yes.
It's changed over the years. Mm-hmm. If you're a longtime Austinite, you know what I'm talking about. Used to be Austin Java. I think it's Ski Shores now. So you could literally sit on the patio at Ski Shores and just people watch, and
that
it's
is
phenomenal.
so funny.
So fun. Done it before. So by Chewy's at Sturzing and Barton Springs, bike and scooter drop off. Also behind Toomey at those baseball fields.
If you use these bikes and scooters, please remember, put them back where they're supposed to go. A lot of people just throw them on the sidewalk.
I don't think that you don't see that as much for ACL, I will say. It is controlled chaos. It's monitored pretty closely. You'll also see a big line of pedicabs right there.
Yes.
Like at Barton Springs and Sturzing and AZ Morton. So on AZ Morton, this is going to be, I think if you're going to kind of come from that other side, from the south side of Zilker Park, there's also a scooter and bike drop-off next to Umlauf Sculpture Garden.
Nice.
So a couple of options there. Hopefully these maps make sense. Okay, so now we're going to go to the north side of Zilker Park. So on that north side of ACL. These are some other. I've got 2 options for bike and scooter, and I've got 1 option for parking. So the 2 dots on the left, hopefully that's your left.
Is it on?
It's under Mopac. So
Okay.
under Mopac by Stratford and under Mopac by Austin, on the Austin High side by Veterans. Those are 2 bike and scooter drops. Now, you also have the option to park at Austin High. And
that is true. I've heard about that one.
And from what I could tell, it's about $75.
Better than 90.
A little bit better, but you're going to have a further walk.
Yeah.
But, well, maybe.
I've done
Not
the
really.
Austin High School, and it's not that bad.
Yeah,
that walk
same.
is not bad.
I went to Austin High School, actually. Class of 2000, shout out. Okay, so that's some options. Let me make sure I covered them all. But, do with that information what you will.
As far as timing, like what is the best time to leave your B&B or house to get there at noon?
Ooh.
What would you think?
Honestly, if you're trying to get there at noon, have that. The problem, it gets much more crowded when you're trying to get there at like 4. Trying to make those like afternoon big names. Some of the more like not biggest headliners, but some of those leading up to it, like those 5 o'clock shows and that sort of thing. I mean, honestly, I would give yourself a solid hour, like at least from parking to walking.
To walking to the stages.
Yes.
Long walks.
I mean, honestly, like let's say you're going to leave your Airbnb, give yourself an hour and a half or your house or whatever. Like it's a long ordeal to get there, get a drink, get settled. Like it takes some time. Okay, so what you're looking at now is the official ACL shuttle location to pick up and drop off, and that is very close to Lamar and Cesar Chavez. There's a street back there on that northeast corner called Electric Row, I believe. Let me find it. Yeah, Electric Drive. So at Electric Drive at the northeast corner of Lamar and Cesar Chavez is where the official ACL shuttle pickup and drop off. I have a friend who swears by the shuttle, says he's always done it. He knows he's heard bad reviews before, but that it really works for them. So that's the shuttle. And I think that's free from what I understand. Okay, let's go and talk mass transit.
Okay.
If you want to take the city bus,
yes.
The Cat Metro bus, which also you'll need to have the Cat Metro app downloaded.
Is this a free option?
I think the last time I rode the bus, it was like maybe $3 a day or $4 a day. I would assume it's probably still about that. But you'll want to use the 803 route. So the 803 bus is your go-to, and it will drop you off basically right at Lamar in Barton Springs. And then it's not, it's not a far walk.
Yeah.
I've done that before for Blues on the Green. Let me see what's next. I can't remember. Okay, this isn't relevant. You can pop us back on camera if you want. There are, talking rideshare, there are official drop sites.
And pickup sites, right?
For rideshare. I actually couldn't find where they were. So I don't know what was up with that. I was like, where are the designated drop sites?
Normally, I feel like they're on the south end entrance.
Right.
I feel like
the southeast side.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also going to depend on, like, it sounds like Lyft is ACL's like go-to partner.
Yeah.
And so I would assume the Lyft driver is already going to know, like, if I'm picking someone up in North Austin, I can drop them off on the north side, vice versa, east, southwest. So
yeah. Hopefully your drivers are aware of
and I think they
those
do
spots.
prep big time. Okay, so we're going to, this is, I think, my last slide, and then we can just chat about ACL things if you want. There's 3 entrances. The busiest one is going to be the one closest to AZ Morton and Barton Springs, which is what they call the east entrance.
That's the main entrance, right?
It's the main entrance. It's by the big sign, which you may want to go that way because you might want to take a picture under the sign. It's really cute. Then there's the West Barton Springs, which is that backside. Okay, if you see, pull up the map big so we can get a better view, where it says Andrew Zilker.
Oh, okay, yeah. That orange section?
Yeah.
That first dot?
Yeah. The center one, kind of. And so I think for that one, you have to come at Zilker Park from that side. So, like, if you, God, there's like a rec
from, like,
center
Stratford
back there.
Drive?
No, Stratford is the north side.
Okay.
Andrew Zilker is on the south side, like the south side of Barton Springs. And so that, if you follow, like, Andrew Zilker Road, there's like a rec center back there. You can kind of come up the backside of Barton Springs. And I'm going to assume that's going to be like biking, walking, scootering.
Yeah, no driving.
Yeah. And then the, what they call the Ladybird Lake side, which is, you know, at Stratford. That's another entrance. So you have 3 entrances. And, you know, I have a friend who said, yeah, the you know, West Barton Springs and the Ladybird Lake are the least crowded. So, you know.
And last year, something funny that I heard people were doing was grabbing their paddle boards and going around the side, that back where the lake is, and just sitting and listening to the music.
Yeah.
So if you don't have tickets, that's an option too.
Actually, now that I've done that, we did, a friend of mine, her birthday is October 10th. So sometimes it falls. And we've done the donut boat. We've like where you can rent a boat through Capital Cruises, I think. Yeah. And went over there and listened. You know, you can't hear it great, but
I mean, you're there for the vibes.
Yeah, I know. So hopefully that's helpful. You know, there's obviously a lot of ways to get there. I think no matter what, there's a lot of walking.
Oh yeah, especially once you're there in the music festival, lots of walking.
A lot of walking. But yeah, I mean, go enjoy it. Be safe. It's going to be hot. So, you know, just, I've seen all kinds of things.
You've been multiple times.
Oh
what are your, like, I need to have this in my backpack or in my bag if I go to this event?
Ooh, gosh. I mean, obviously, like a hat, like some sunscreen, something to maybe like freshen up, maybe like a moist towelette. That's like the mom in me.
Some wipes.
A little bit of body wipes, maybe some deodorant, you know, stuff like that. And some lip gloss, you know, just like the things that you would take for like anything outdoorsy. Just make sure you're, you know, hydrating. Years ago, Miley Cyrus played, and I had I don't remember if she was like 5 at the time. She was little. Because I think she played in 2021.
I went to that one.
Okay, was it 21?
I think it was 21 or 22.
I know there was like Billie Eilish. I'm trying Dixie, the Chicks played one year. I think that was 2022. Anyways, and girl, we saw a guy have to get like carted out. I was like trying to distract my daughter, like, oh, look over here. So she wouldn't see. Because he was unconscious. I'm like, oh my God.
Dehydration is one of the biggest things during ACL. I also saw that they're doing this like pack that they give you, and it's like a Narcan spray and a bunch of things that you don't know when you would need them, but put them in your bag, and they're free. They're just handing them out this year.
Oh, that's amazing. I did not know that. Yeah, I mean, why not? You know, better safe than sorry is always my opinion. We've done Austin Kitty Limits many times, which is cool. There is a family only entrance, like for families with kids, like that you can bring the stroller in and they inspect the stroller and stuff like that. We've done that, which is really fun. I mean, it's all kid dependent. Like kind of when we were talking about taking kids to games, it's like
they have shows too there, right, for kids? Like
they do.
Younger artists.
I will say, and I know if anyone is still listening, God bless you. I I made a huge mistake. So I am a huge fan of the Chicks. Like I grew up listening to the Chicks. They were like my high school, college, just like takes me right back. So I was so excited when they played ACL a couple years ago. And I took my daughter because I was like, this is mommy's like wild spaces. I forgot headphones and we had to leave.
They didn't offer them there, like in the kids section?
So, well, I mean, at this point, it's nighttime. Kitty Limits is closed. I'm sure they sold the headphones somewhere, but what am I going to schlep halfway across the thing? I don't know where it is. I was
devastated.
So do not forget headphones for kids. Even if you think your kid is like, they're tolerable of noise, just bring them.
Yeah, especially if you're taking a baby, please buy some headphones.
She was like 5 or 6. I don't know. She was not a baby. Like she was a kid. So.
And she didn't like the noise?
Yeah, the Chicks came on and she lost her mind.
Crying.
I tried to like tie a scarf around her. I was like, please, this is why we're here. Like, And anyway, she was freaking out. So hot tips there from a mom who has learned the hard way.
Do you know of anything that is not allowed to take in? So just don't bring it so you don't have to throw it away?
Well, you can bring a stroller, as far as that goes. But I know like you can't bring umbrellas, kind of like the usual concert things. I'm assuming they probably have like the clear bag policy. I actually don't.
I don't remember.
It's different because I've been so many years with my kid. And so it's a different entrance.
And
like
you have
can bring in your stroller. You can bring in snacks for that. Like, it's, within reason, but it is a different experience when you go through the kids' entrance for Kitty Limits. But, just use your old noodle up there.
Yeah.
Activate that noodle. They've got all of it also on, the ACL website. And a lot of this I will tell you though, as an ACL, like someone who's done it many times, I've lived in Austin since 96. I went to Austin High. It took me an hour and 15 minutes to like digest all of this advice. So I think it's just think outside of the box when it comes to getting there, like maybe there was a tip within this live stream that helped you. So that's why I wanted to do that and make it, nice and buttoned up and hopefully it's helpful.
Yeah, and if anybody who is watching has their own tips or their own little tricks of ways to get there, please share them with us and we can update this because we also have ACL weekend too.
We sure do.
Yeah. Well, Erica, thanks so much for joining us. Yeah. Again, ACL is starting tomorrow, but traffic is starting today. So
it's ready.
Be aware. Erica, there's an article on our website right now. Please tell me if this has to do with the traffic.
Yeah. And so this is, yes. So see this link that is, I'm potentially going to make my own with like sort of my, these, very specific custom tips. Because navigating these websites that the city puts together, and of course they do their best. There's so much information. Helpful.
Closures.
Yes. It's just a lot. Like I don't envy those who have to put all of this together.
I know.
Because, some of the links I found helpful and some I was like, okay. So I'm going to make my own. And we'll link them all.
And there's a link to this Know Before You Go guide also on this article. And you can find this on the homepage. It's pretty easy to find. And Erica's other article as well will also be easy to find on the homepage.
But, or just, you can always send me a message and, talk through. I had a mom message me yesterday and said, I guess it's homecoming. I don't know what. She's got something. And she's like, my daughter is asking maybe a birthday party. They want to go eat on South Congress. I told her no. And I said, you know what, actually, like, depending on what time you go, South Congress can actually be, like, not that bad to get to. It's kind of far enough away from Zilker Park that, if you're going to dinner at 7,
everyone's still at the concerts.
And I was like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but, like, I think you can take your daughter and all of her friends to dinner.
I think you should. It's her birthday party.
I know. So I was like, I know you want me to tell you no, but I think you'll be fine.
Aw. Well, thank you, Erica, for
Yeah.
all these tips. I'm sure they're very helpful for one of the
Hopefully,
ACL
if all I help
visitors.
is one person, then great.
Yes, that would be awesome. And if anyone wants to rewatch this tips and tricks, it'll live on our website, but it'll also live on our CTV streaming app. And you download that for free on our app store or on your app store. And
Yeah.
you just search KXAN Plus, and it is a
Awesome.
free app. Thank you, Erica, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.